now, an 8th special presentation.
This time on Artbeat Nation, a photographer captures an underwater world.
When women are underwater, they're comfortable, but when they reach the surface, they have to deal with a whole new level of reality.
An artist offers a new perspective.
When do you ever get to see the bottom of a rock this big and see it in the middle of the blue sky?
An author whose book first inspired Downton Abbey gives a snapshot of English nobility.
The center of power in England is really out in the country.
And a painter who loses himself in his work.
It's something you get lost in. It's almost a dance with a painting and a rhythm that you have.
It's all ahead on this edition of Artbeat Nation. Funding for Artbeat Nation is made possible by contributions to aid from viewers like you. Thank you. Whether on land or in the water, photographer Rhea Pappas looks to capture the strength and beauty in her subjects. In her underwater series, Pappas explores feminine vulnerability and power.
True. Are you flattening those flowers?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so awesome.
I know, it's gonna look cool.
You're gonna look like a lily. So this is my mom, Mary
Hi.
Jane. She's our model and my mother. I love her.
I've never done anything like this before. I'm excited. I'm a little, nervous about it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Whether or not she likes how she looks in it, I think everybody else does. I'm Rhea Pappas. This is my coffee. It's so delicious. Just drink that, Rhea. Coffee is really good for you and in your tummy. I am really excited to shoot today. I'm a photographer, on set and off set. Time of day is very early, so it's 8:25. And the reason we have to shoot this early is because the sun comes up and then I use a pool that has all windows. And so the sun comes in and hits the water in a very unnecessary, harsh, and unfavorable light. I've been working on this specific underwater project for a good year and a half. I've been moving away from just experimenting with the water and just having fun with it, and like the awe of the first experience kind of lasted a while for me because it's a really cool first experience and it doesn't really leave that fast. I think I'm moving now towards some more interesting ideas and more conceptual ideas. My new body work is more about releasing energy, how body moves underwater, and exploring underwater and what that means to be a woman in underwater. And that's been kind of the new way my project has been going.
But I think it's kind of cool that you're using an older model anyway. I think that there aren't enough older models, that too many people focus on being youthful, and our society is so oriented toward thin and young and gorgeous. I'm a little ripe. And older.
She is, oh man. The only thing that comes to mind is Greek. My mom is a Greek woman. My mom is a very playful, intelligent, talented Greek woman.
When she invited me to do it, I just thought, I was a little hesitant, being my age and being in the water and being filmed and everything and being a little self-conscious. But, I'm just going to throw that out the window and just let it all happen.
The main reason for the portrait is to talk about confidence in being a woman and how you deal with society. When women are underwater, they're comfortable and they can feel free to be themselves. But when they reach the surface, they have to deal with a whole new level of reality. And they have to be strong and hard. And I think that mainly I got a lot of that from you, whether I want to admit that one or not. You own your own business and you've had to go through a lot to do so. We come from a very strong woman family.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Where's your car?
Right in front of the RAD.
Okay. I got the keys.
I'm glad you got the keys.
Ooh, it smells like a pool.
Yes, it does. It's kind of fun to play with her, and she's such a good portrait taker. So I don't know. This is the start of the whole thing, so sounds good. Do you want to get wet all the way up to here? Are you feeling warm enough? Okay. So I'm gonna have for me to put myself in my model's place is huge, and to realize that they are very vulnerable the minute you start shooting them. And let me help you get comfortable. You're gonna kind of scoot down. Don't worry.
It's hard for me to hear with my ears on the wall.
Don't hear. You're asking them to do something that's out of their element. They don't generally do, and you just need to let them know that they're in good hands, and that's my motto. The portrait I want you to do is exactly what we were talking about earlier. Your face and your eyes, I want you to talk about coming to the surface and being a strong, powerful woman.
Got it.
Whether that's hard or that's soft or beautiful, and make sure not to get water on your face. That's beautiful. And I feel like they need to know that I'm there in the best intentions. I think we're good. Let's go take those flowers out of your hair.
Really? You're done with that?
Mm-hmm. I love the scarf. I love her hair. I love her facial expression. Whoop. But you never know until you get it on your computer. Really, you don't. So this is my my AD700. It's an Aquatica camera housing. It basically houses my D700 from Nikon. It's like the most beautiful thing ever made. When I got this, I just like put it on a pedestal for a while and like was like, all hail. And this is the beautiful dome. I love this dome. She's having a ball right now. I go underwater with my models, and so that's the difficulty of timing. Like if I don't go down at the right time, how am I going to catch them? Especially if you have some surface photographs like, you know, the one next to me here with the bubbles hitting the water. She jumped in the water, and if I wasn't down there and ready for her and focused, I would have never caught it. And we're going to start with just simple moves. Geometric, yep. And you're so excited. I'm ready now. People aren't used to being underwater in clothing, let alone being underwater, you know, with a dress that sticks to your legs. There are definitely some things about experimentation with that's a little nerve-wracking. It's beautiful, but your face looked like it was a little bit in pain. If you are comfortable with water, I think the bottom line is if the person is comfortable opening their eyes and going under, that's a huge thing, because if they're free to do that, they're so much more free to let go of the way they work on the surface and start doing things they've never done underwater. This too, you're holding some tension. Right here, you're holding some tension in your jaw. It's, you know, old school, like, I am upset, you know, kind of thing going on.
I'm being a diva?
Maybe. Let me see. Right here.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. The reason we set up the shot is because I really wanted the bubbles.
I could do another one like that.
I bet you could.
Move the scarf and then dive underneath it.
I think initially why I started with clothing was because it's unusual underwater.
Okay, ready? Get set.
I'm really a woman photographer. I like shooting women beautifully. For me, I thought dresses would be the first place to do it. They flow well, they're fun, they're expressive underwater, especially if you've got all these crazy things going on.
It's just amazing what the fabric does underneath the water, how it restricts my movement.
What I'm afraid of is that we're going to get too scarf-oriented, that we don't talk about the movement.
Okay.
So maybe what we do is we literally put the scarf around you. I think at the bottom of my photography soul, I want people to express an emotion, to use their emotions, and to work through them and to feel them when they look at my work. Is that hard to do?
This is a workout.
People used to come to me with my book and be like, I thank you for doing this, you know. And that was really wonderful. And I hope that whether or not this is as dramatic as that was, that they have that reaction. And they leave either feeling like they want that in their living room or that they've actually gotten something from it.
To see more of her work, visit RheaPappas.com. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an unmovable object? When artist Michael Heiser set his sight on a boulder, he didn't stop until the massive stone was on display at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art.
Michael Heiser envisioned this artwork, yes, in 1968, working in the desert in the West as he was doing most of his artworks of that scale in the desert. He tried to move a huge stone above a trench he had cut so that there would be this relationship between a negative space and a positive form, a line and a kind of pyramid, and he, at that time, broke the crane trying. He called me and he said, you know, I found it. I found the great rock, and the sculpture that goes with the big rock is levitated mass. I can't move it to Nevada, where my studio is, but I could get it to LA. Do you want it? I knew when Michael was proposing this work, I knew the history, and I knew it would be a blockbuster, so to speak. It would be a great work of art, and I was interested in, if you will, engaging the outside here of Los Angeles County Museum of Art. We live in LA. The museum can easily be outside as well as inside. This rock is 4 or 5 times larger than the one that he planned in 1968. But this time he had the museum as his partner. So yes, when I said, of course I want it, I did imagine a large monolithic piece of granite moving down Wilshire Boulevard. And I thought, what a great image is that? You know, the ancient stone moving down the boulevard of the modern city. I did not have any idea what a big deal it would be, that it would take 4 years of planning, that the carrier that was specially built would be 300 feet long with 200 wheels, and that we would have to negotiate with 4 counties and 30 cities and hundreds of people to get it moved. There was a lot of engineering that went into the negative form, this beautiful concrete line that lets you walk under the rock. It's a square from this side, it's a pyramid from the other side, it's sort of a mountain from that side, and from this side it almost has a figural quality to it of an ancient sculpture. It's not levitated in the sense that it's you know, some magical levitation. It's levitated in the sense that when do you ever get to see the bottom of a rock this big and see it in the middle of the blue sky? Countless people have said to me, I was really skeptical, but I went there and I saw it, and it works. So that's the most heartwarming. And there's something great about even the bit of controversy. You're moving a rock? Why are you moving a rock in the 21st century? You know, isn't that something that was done in Egypt, not today? And so to see it in this super modern setting with engineering, with the blue sky. We have a gray sky today, but almost every other day a blue sky. And you know, there isn't a day that passes that I don't see somebody taking the famous picture where you're holding the rock in your hands. And I think there's something about, even you, I always say that an icon of art isn't just a given, it's made. And it's made by the artist, certainly, but by the public, who takes ownership of an object or an image and says, that's a great thing, that belongs to us, meaning belongs to humanity.
Author Carol Wallace's book To Marry an English Lord inspired Downton Abbey creator Julian Fellowes to shape the character of Cora Crowley. The book tells of the American heiress who married into British nobility around the turn of the 20th century. Next, Wallace gives some insight into the reality of Cora Crowley's world.
There is a very big difference between being an English peeress and being an American heiress. One of the clear ones, one of the obvious ones, of course, is being married in itself, which would have been somewhat different in the U.S. But one of the most difficult things for an American girl to get used to is the fact that she was no longer the center of attention. The English society that had looked so glamorous and so enticing from outside is actually very, very male-centered. So there's often something, you get a little idea that some of these American heiresses were a little bit spoiled. They were accustomed to being very much the star of the show. And that persists right up through the wedding. And then sometimes things pretty much fell off the cliff, because in England your husband is the star of the show, and particularly if you've married a peer, he is definitely the center of attention, and you as his wife take a position that is certainly important. You are, after all, now a peeress. You might be a duchess or a countess, but you are one of his, I don't want to say belongings, but you're part of his life, sort of like his mother and his house and his dog. You're part of his comfortable world. And you do have a role as a peeress. You must be his housekeeper. You entertain for him. When I say housekeeper, what I mean is executive of this very big house. And much of your life as an English peeress is spent in the country rather than in the city. That's another shock for the American heiress, because many of these heiresses, although they have spent time in the country, say at Newport or in the Berkshires, are profoundly urban people. And Newport and the Berkshires are really almost suburban in nature. The center of power in England is really out in the country, and the London season occurs during the spring and summer, and everyone comes up to town during that time because the crops have not yet been brought in and you can't hunt yet. So it's sort of the time when you're doing nothing in the country. And then you go back to the country and you're spending 9 months of the year out in a big house in the center of a big estate, and you're running this enormous house. The butler reports to you. The housekeeper reports to you. You have to manage sometimes a very large cast of servants. And it's boring. You're out there alone. You have all these lovely Worth dresses. They're very pretty. You want to wear them. There's nowhere to go. You might get on a carriage and go call on your neighbors for tea, but that could take an hour to get to the nearest neighbor's house. You are, of course, expected to produce heirs right away. Pronto, chop, chop, no delay on that. And ideally, you're producing boys, one to inherit, an extra just in case, and as many more as you can. If you only have girls, you keep churning out those babies until you get a boy. And you do see sometimes, when you look at the genealogies, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls, and then suddenly the son. And all I can think of is that's when the woman goes, oh, thank God, I can stop now. But even only one boy is kind of risky because, of course, the girls can't inherit the house, and they can't inherit the title, and they can't inherit the money.
Finally, we meet Tim Collum, an artist who paints familiar places in a new way. Rob Stewart takes us inside Collum's studio to show how the painter uses color and texture to create scenes that look more like a memory than a painting.
And he has been called an art phenom, and you are watching him at work. Artist Tim Collum. Good to see you, Tim.
Good to see you, Rob.
We are here in your studio, and it is amazing. These creations are stunning. Tell me about them.
Thank you very much. It's really a late night release for me, and it's one of those things where I can express it on canvas with tons of color, tons of texture, and really just get as much paint on a canvas as possible.
This has exploded for you.
Yeah.
Has it exceeded your wildest imagination that you are becoming a household name for your art?
Yeah, to me, it's just the reactions that I get are more and more where I get surprised. And honestly, it's one of those things where I, give somebody a painting or surprise them or something like that. And I think that for me, that's the best thing is their smile. And yeah, it's a little hard to get used to. It's a little uncomfortable at times because people are starting to get to know my work a little bit more. And but for me, it's just the same thing. And it's me late night in a garage and really, or in a studio and just basically, just working away.
We have some legends in Northern California that are known all around the world for their artistic work. And you, Tim, have been compared to them.
Yeah, I mean, those sentences are the things that make me really, I'm like, whoa. So
but I see
very
it.
fortunate.
I've interviewed them, and I see the caliber of work.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I'm really fortunate where I live, Rob. And the thing is that I'm around people like Tebow and Condos and Dalkey and Forney and Garibaldi and all these Sacramento icons and people that are in Northern California. And I'm just fortunate to grow up kind of in their playground. So that's, for me, one of those things that I've gotten the chance to see their art firsthand and talk to them, and definitely highly influenced with them. So I take a lot of their own style and each one of them and put it together into my own.
You know, you left one name out of that list.
Who's that?
Column.
See, that's still hard. It's a little uncomfortable for me to talk about. Absolutely.
You know, you said something when we first started that I picked up on, and you said that sort of a late night release for you.
Sure.
And I was sitting here watching you paint.
Right.
And I felt such peace.
There is. It's an incredible amount of peace. It's something you get lost in. It's almost a dance with a painting and a rhythm that you have. And it's something for me that it takes me to another place. So a lot of the times that I'm painting somewhere that I want to be, or painting somewhere that, you know, I've been before. And that's one of those things for me that it's very quiet at times when I obviously don't have music blasting. But sometimes, 12 to 1 in the morning, there's no phone calls, there's no interruptions, there's nothing else, and it's just me, a canvas, and some paint.
What is it about these paintings that you think people are connecting with so much?
You know, that's a great question, and I think a lot of it is that people can relate to it. I think they're positive and they're upbeat and bright, and I use a lot of texture, and they're not so defined, and they're not so, I would say, so detailed that people get overwhelmed. It's a pretty simple picture that people look at, even though, you know, as far as recreating some of these pictures are probably a little bit tougher to do, but at the same time, it's where people have been, and a lot of people have been there in these places, or they can relate to it, and they just want something that brightens up a room, and I deal with a lot of perspectives.
It's so interesting that you paint from memory.
Yeah, I do. I mean, memory's a big part. I try to stay away from painting from photography in general, just because I think, in a way, it dilutes what you can do. And, for me, it's one of those things where I stay away from it, and a lot of memories come from a feel of where you've been. So it could be an atmosphere, it's something that you've been at it in the coast, and you feel the cold or whatever it is, and then I use a lot of blues and purples, and it transitions into a painting.
And it transitions into an energy.
Right.
When we opened the door here to your studio, and I saw all the color and the size,
right,
be them small or large,
right.
I felt happy.
Right. Well, that's what I love. I mean, I love the ability to give art to people, or people buying my art, or whatever it is, and especially with the charity aspect too, where I can raise money, and people, it's a positive outlet. People want something that's in their house that they know that, you know, there's a lot of positivity coming from it.
So what is the message of Tim Collum?
For me, I think it's just being positive and upbeat and giving back as much as I can, and doing whatever possible to share what's going on in my mind as far as the art is concerned. It's really just a pleasure, and I'm very grateful to where I'm at right now.
And I'm grateful to be here with you as well.
Perfect.
Good to see you so much.
Good to see you too.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
artist Tim Collum here in his Sacramento studio.
For the latest on Tim Collum and to follow his work, visit timcollumgallery.com. For more arts and culture, visit azpbs.org/artbeat, where you'll find featured videos and information on the Arizona art scene. Funding for Artbeat Nation was made possible by contributions to AIT from viewers like you. Thank you.